The following is a recorded broadcast paid for by citizens for Humphrey, Muskie, on behalf of the candidacy of Hubert H. Humphrey for the office of President of the United States.
It's a long road from Rumford, Maine to the vice presidential nomination. A road traveled by Ed Muskie.
I had run for the legislature in 1946 to take up the spare time that a lawyer has so much of when he's just resuming practice after several years in the war. I did not have in mind a political career at that time, but having served in the legislature, I was impressed with the need for political competition in Maine. So gradually I became more and more involved in the effort to try to build a Democratic Party, and I ran for governor in '54. And much to our surprise, we found a considerable enthusiasm, and we won rather easily, as it turned out.
Re-election came to him in 1956 in what was to be an overwhelming endorsement of the man and his accomplishments. In 1958, the challenge of the seemingly impossible drew Ed Muskie into the national arena. He ran for the Senate of the United States. Never before had a Democrat been elected to this office from the state of Maine. Ed Muskie had proved that achievement was what counted with the people. Maine had a new senator, and the country had a new national figure. So on this night in 1968, Ed Muskie stands before the country.
To put their doubts in perspective, let us not forget that when we began this experiment in government, we did not instantly achieve an equal chance for every member of our society. But we did promise to work toward it.
What they want is to change the rules of the game. The only way to do it is to play the game. Now, in 1954, when I ran for governor, I could have just left the state if I didn't like the establishment, and there was one. It was a Republican establishment. But I chose to stay, to play the game, to learn the skills, and to work, to develop the arts of persuasion, to understand the problems, to put together programs, and to keep pushing for them, even when I was defeated, in order ultimately to win the victories that I did. Now that's the way that you bring change in an ordered society.
And so Ed Muskie begins the most important campaign of his life. His goal, an office, and a responsibility. Ed Muskie, state representative, governor, senator, candidate.
Help Hubert Humphrey help America by helping him.
Humphrey Muskie. There is no alternative. The preceding recorded broadcast was paid for by citizens for Humphrey Muskie on behalf of the candidacy of Hubert H. Humphrey for the office of President of the United States.